Welcome back to this video. We'll continue from where we stopped. We'll be looking at parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Parallel lines are basically lines that are side by side, but they will never cross paths or cross each other. They move straight forward and they will never cross paths till eternity or forever. Right? This is an example of parallel lines. Now we'll look at cases where we have intersections across the parallel lines. Something like this. It's called a transversal. In parallel lines. Take notes, this is not a parallel line because they seem like they cross paths at some point. If you observe closely, this is not a parallel line. Okay, that being said, first we look at corresponding angles as it relates to parallel line intersections. Corresponding angles occur when this angle here and this angle here are the same. We call these two places correspondence. They are corresponding. If this place is x and this place is y, it means x is equal to y. Why? Because they are what? Corresponding angles. Okay. Next. Okay, before we go back, let's look at something. We can say that if this place is, let's say, 20 degrees, it will mean that this place is also what? 20 degrees. So for corresponding angles, they are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So this place is 20, this place would also be 20. Next, we'll look at alternate angles. Corresponding angles are also called F angles. F angles, because it has the shape of F. Something like this. Okay. Now let's look at alternate angles. For alternate angles, when you draw your parallel line first, then that intersection. For alternate angles, what you have is this place is equal to this place here. So let's say this place is x, the angle here is y. For alternate angles or z angles, it's called z angles because the shape looks like z. Okay. X is equal to y for alternate angles. That means here is equal to here. Whatever angle you have here will be what you will have here. Alternate angles. So that's it for this. Now, two angles can only be corresponding or alternate if there's an intersection in a parallel line. If it's not a parallel line, you can't have any of these cases. Let me show you an example. Let's say you have something like this, right? Now this is not a parallel line. These two are not parallel lines because at some points they will cross each other. So this is not a parallel line. Parallel lines are lines that are side by side and moving in the same direction with some space between them. They will never cross paths. Okay. That being said, this is the end of this video. In the next video, we're answering questions to get a better understanding of what we're talking about here.